running without being chased. So this is something I deal with a lot, and they said I do this a lot. It would be whether to turn the pack. This is a small example, but you do the change and you set the cards down and you do it right here. Running without being chased could be as like this versus leaving the pack so they can catch you on, versus actually turning the pack over. Small little details and really improve the performance. And I get criticism on this, and this is one criticism you can ignore. I ignored them for years because they say, why are you doing all this extra work? Sometimes it's excessive, and that's understandable. But for what I was doing, the Magic Castle audience, which we're going to get into in the next point, was a dead audience. They have no relation to how the actual spectators react. And I have more experience than a lot of people on this and how they react, because I'm very free-flowing, I'm casual, I'm open, I'm vulnerable. I'm very vulnerable in my shows. I allow things and mistakes and stuff to happen, but I work through the mistakes, and it becomes a great, even better show because I make myself vulnerable. And they go, why do you run without being chased? Why do you do all this excessive work? Because spectators actually do that. Spectators may be hecklers. Like 1 out of every 2 or 3 shows I do, there is a heckler in there who wants to call me out. And rather than just letting them be or shutting them down, I do something unique. I involve them in my show. I set them right there. And because the critics are actually your biggest fans, believe it or not. They're bigger fans than the whole audience, because they actually want to believe in magic. They're just giving you all the reasons that they think it couldn't happen. And if you remove all those reasons and you work with them and you make the effect work, assuming you don't use gas because you allow for more freedom, you actually allow for the possibility of eliminating all their concerns. And then what excuse do they have left? Except it's magic. And I think it's just so valuable that if you can ignore the fact that you're running without being chased, that's what I ignore. But sometimes taking the extra precautions, allowing the spectator to be more involved, you actually make your show a lot better. So it sounds ironic that I'm actually telling you to ignore a point at the castle, but this is a point that we continue to bring up at the castle. And if it's not excessive and you notice an actual performance that happens, then do it. I'm actually the rebel who actually added rules to the Magic Castle, because I'm quite rebellious, believe it or not. So actually go against that rule and be yourself in that context.